Friends from the media, good afternoon. Welcome to today's press conference. Now questions, please.
Good afternoon. Question from AF.
法新社。赞比亚的北部有200多居民称2家中国的公司对当地的污染有毒害，并且要求800亿美元的赔偿。中方对此有何评论？
据了解
We have learned that after the incident, relevant companies actively shouldered the responsibility and took the initiative to work with the Zambian government to handle this issue. They also compensated the affected residents. It is pretty effective. The Zambian government released the news and held a press conference on August 7th. And they also introduced how we handled this case in a detailed way and gave high recognition of the Chinese companies, which you may refer to if you are interested. China always asks Chinese companies overseas to do business in accordance with local laws and regulations, shoulder their social responsibility, and take strict measures to protect the environment. Meanwhile, the Chinese companies are supported to protect their lawful rights and interests in accordance with law. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。总台华语环球节目中心记者提问：日前，联合国秘书长
CCTV. UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres said at a press conference that in China's global initiatives, there is full respect to multilateralism for support of the UN as the central piece of multilateral institutions and a strong commitment in relation to international cooperation and the peaceful resolution of conflicts. He also said he believes that initiatives are totally compatible with UN Charter. What's your comment? We appreciate his statement. China firmly upholds the UN's core position in the international system, practices true multilateralism, and always works as a builder of world peace, a contributor to global development, a defender of the international order, and a provider of public goods. President Xi Jinping put forward the Global Development Initiative to focus on solving unbalanced and inadequate development and promote sustainable development. The Global Security Initiative that advocates dialogue rather than confrontation, partnership rather than alliance, and win-win rather than zero-sum to tackle various risks and challenges, and the Global Civilization Initiative to enhance people-to-people bonds and inclusiveness and mutual learning among civilizations. Not long ago, President Xi Jinping put forward the Global Governance Initiative at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Plus meeting, in which he outlined the core tenets of adhering to sovereign equality, abiding by international rule of law, practicing multilateralism, advocating the people-centered approach, and focusing on taking real actions. That provides the fundamental guidance, method, and the path to follow for building a common, just and equitable global governance system. President Xi Jinping once again explained the profound meaning of the Global Governance Initiative at the subsequent virtual BRICS summit. It has been well received, and many countries have expressed welcome and support for the initiative. The 4 global initiatives are consistent with the purposes and principles of the UN Charter. They are different in focus, but mutually reinforcing. They will, from different angles, bring more positive energy to the world of interwoven changes and turbulence and provide stronger impetus to human development and progress. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the United Nations. As a founding member of the UN and permanent member of the UN Security Council, China will continue to deepen cooperation with the UN, advance the implementation of these 4 global initiatives, and join hands with the international community to uphold world peace and promote development and prosperity. Next one, please.
Question from AFP.
法新社。英伟达的 CEO 称，中国的网信办已经要求阿里巴巴以及字节跳动等其他的企业停止购买英伟达的 RTX 6000D AI 芯片。中方能否证实？
具体问题
For anything specific, I'd refer you to competent authorities. We oppose taking discriminatory measures against certain countries on trade and tech issues. China is willing to maintain dialogue and cooperation with the rest of the world to keep the global industrial and supply chains stable. Next one, please.
Question from Bloomberg.
彭博社，中方在南海捍卫领土主张的压力不断增大，这是因为上个月有船只相撞，并且造成2名船员死亡，这是菲律宾国家安全顾问所称的问题，并且称这一事件使得中国的军方以及海警蒙羞。我的问题是，你能否证实在船只相撞过程中有2名中国船员死亡，以及对于菲方的有关言论有何评论？
黄岩岛是
Huayan has always been China's territory. What happened off the waters of the Huangyan on August 11th was pretty clear. The Philippines sent multiple vessels to intrude into China's territorial waters of Huangyan in a high speed and frequently changed their turns drastically. It severely infringed on China's sovereignty, gravely threatened the safety and security of Chinese vessels and personnel, and endangered peace and stability at sea. It is very dangerous and of a malign nature. The Chinese Navy and the Coast Guard took lawful measures in response to the Philippines' infringement and firmly defended China's territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests. Our message to the Philippines: stop infringement and provocation at once and do not challenge China's firm resolve in safeguarding its lawful rights and interests.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
CCTV, The Economist, and the New York Times recently wrote that the U.S. has adopted an aggressive policy of pressuring Latin American countries, claiming to push out China's exploitative practices in an effort to safeguard regional security and stability. The U.S. coerced regional countries to limit or cut ties with China, but offers little in return. The U.S. sanctions are pushing the region closer to China. What's your comment? The commentary once again proves that coercion and pressuring, as well as bullying and domineering acts, win no hearts and minds and are getting more and more futile. China and LAC countries are good friends and good partners that pursue equality, mutual benefit, and common development. Openness, inclusiveness, and win-win cooperation are the hallmark of China-LAC cooperation. This joint effort is chosen by the people and serves the common interest of both sides. The LAC region is no one's backyard and has the right to independently choose development paths and cooperation partners. China welcomes countries around the world developing friendly and cooperative ties with LAC countries based on equality and respect. We urge the U.S. to stop forcing LAC countries to choose sides, stop interfering in their domestic affairs, and do more to deliver development and prosperity for LAC countries, instead of sowing discord and pointing fingers at others. Any attempt of disrupting the friendly ties and mutually beneficial cooperation between China and LAC countries is doomed to fail. Next one, please.
Question from AFP.
法新社，美方关于虚假信息的监管机构称，中国以及其他的国家正在利用苛刻遇刺案来在全球范围内对美国进行诋毁，有数千条不良信息，中方对此有何评论？
我此前已经就此
I just made clear China's position previously. China condemns all illegal and violent moves. Meanwhile, we also oppose some US media outlets and politicians directing the issue to China, and we are firmly against spreading misinformation to attack and smear China. Next one, please.
Sorry, another question from AFP.
法新社，特朗普和习近平主席预计在明天将会通话，外交部能否就通话以及中方的期待透露更多的细节？
提供的信息。
I have no information to read out.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Question from Reuters.
路透社，中国的电影《731》今天在院线上映，未来还将会在其他的国家上映。中国在今年接连推出了系列的二战题材电影，希向其他国家传递什么样的信息？尤其对日本有什么特殊信号？
中国隆重举行纪念中国人民
The purpose of China's major commemorative events to mark the 80th anniversary of the victory of the Chinese People's War of Resistance against the Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War is to remember history, honor fallen heroes, cherish peace and create a better future. Films on this topic are made to remind people what can be learned from that part of history and absolute importance of defending peace. China is an open, inclusive and safe country. We welcome people from all countries, including Japan, to travel, study, do business and live in China. And we will continue to protect the safety of foreigners in China. Next one, please.
Are
there any more questions?
好，那今天的记者
If not, then let's call it a day.